Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a fascinating journey straight into the hidden digital mechanics of e-commerce marketing. We are going to dive right into exactly how the gears turn behind your favorite online stores. So how does the internet know exactly what you want to buy? We all know the feeling, right? You search for a new pair of running shoes or maybe a coffee maker, and suddenly those exact same items are following you across every news site and social feed you visit. It's like they're reading our minds. But what's really fascinating is looking under the hood at the highly structured, incredibly sophisticated system of tracking and targeting that makes this all possible. The architecture behind these platforms operates with a scale that completely transforms our experience as consumers. To truly understand this architecture, we have to contrast the old-school era of mass marketing with where we are today. Mass marketing was all about broadcasting to the masses. Think of a giant billboard on the side of the highway. It treats everyone exactly the same, basically just hoping a few people who drive by might actually be interested. But modern e-commerce, it operates on one-to-one marketing. This is a total paradigm shift. It's about treating each customer uniquely and focusing on building a long-term relationship directly with you. But hey, an online store doesn't just instantly know you on a personal level from day one. They have to start with market segmentation. This is the process of dividing a massive consumer market into logical groups so they can conduct marketing research and analyze personal information. Before they know you as an individual, they categorize you based on shared traits just to start making sense of all that data. It's really the very first step in organizing the absolute chaos of millions of shoppers.
Section 1. Making it personal. From groups to you.
So that brings us to personalization. This is defined as the matching of services, products, and advertising content with individual consumers and their unique preferences. This is the core strategy used to build that long-term bond we talked about earlier. It is literally the difference between a storefront that greets every single visitor exactly the same way and a system dynamically adapting to show your preferred sizes, colors, and brands the very second you log in. Now, what's actually powering all this personalization? It's completely driven by what marketers call your user profile. Think of this as your digital dossier. It is a constantly evolving collection of your requirements, your preferences, your behaviors, and your demographic traits. Every single click, every purchase, even every lingering glance at a product page, it all contributes to this incredibly detailed profile of exactly who you are as a consumer. Section 2. The Tracking Toolkit, the Digital Detective. All right, first up in the toolkit, the infamous cookie. We see the pop-ups for them absolutely everywhere. But fundamentally, a cookie is a data file placed directly on your hard drive by a remote web server. It operates quietly in the background, frequently without your explicit disclosure or consent, collecting detailed information about your activities across the site. It basically serves as the primary mechanism for establishing a persistent digital memory of your visit. And those cookies aren't just sitting there collecting dust, they fuel behavioral targeting. By using the information collected about your web browsing behavior, like the specific pages you've visited or the exact searches you've made, the system selects a customized advertisement specifically to display to you. Your past, seemingly innocent searches are used to accurately predict your future purchasing intent. Then we have collaborative filtering. This is basically the e-commerce crystal ball. It's a method that uses customer data and behavioral sciences to predict what other products you might enjoy. And the real power here comes from extending these predictions to other customers with similar profiles. For example, if 1,000 people who bought the exact same camera as you also bought a specific tripod, the system is absolutely going to start recommending that tripod to you. Let's break that filtering down into 3 specific strategies. First, you have rule-based filtering, where a company directly queries consumers to establish specific parameters. Second is content-based filtering, which focuses entirely on the attributes of the product itself to find matching items. And third, we have activity-based filtering, which relies completely on logging a user's actual activities on the web. So instead of relying on what you explicitly say, the system just watches what you actually do. Now, you might be wondering, why go through all this trouble? Why build these massive tracking toolkits and deploy behavioral sciences? Grounding this in fundamental business reality, the objective of e-commerce market research is incredibly straightforward: to sell more effectively. All of this underlying technology, from the predictive algorithms right down to the extensive data profiling, serves that one singular goal. Section 3. Behind the screen, watching your every click. So, it all starts with the transaction log. This is essentially the basic digital ledger. It's a straightforward record of user activities at a specific company's website. From the exact moment you land on their homepage to the second you hit checkout, every single action is being dutifully recorded. This creates a baseline map of exactly how users navigate their digital storefront. But of course, they don't just want to know what you do on one single site. They want the whole picture. Enter clickstream behavior. This moves beyond a single storefront to monitor customer movements across the entire internet. It's data that occurs inside the web environment, providing a continuous, rich breadcrumb trail of your activities. It shows exactly how you flow from a search engine to a review site all the way to your final purchase. So what actually happens to all those transaction logs and digital breadcrumbs? Well, they get scooped up into massive web analytics and mining operations. This is a constant, ongoing cycle of monitoring, collecting, measuring, evaluating, and reporting. It's an incredibly vast task of taking raw internet data and mining it to extract actionable, highly profitable patterns. Now, we do have to mention the extreme end of this spectrum: spyware. This is software that gathers user information over an internet connection entirely without the user's knowledge. It is the ultimate invisible tracking method, literally taking data collection from optimized marketing straight into the realm of covert surveillance. We've seen the incredible power of collaborative filtering, behavioral targeting, and clickstream mining today. But all of this technology brings us to a massive legal and ethical issue. When it comes to all of this tracking, do you, the consumer, actually have true consent or knowledge? As you navigate the web today, it's really worth pondering the reality of our digital privacy. Are you the customer, or are you just the data point? Think about that the next time a custom ad flawlessly predicts your very next purchase. Thanks for exploring these hidden mechanisms with me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.